I'm happy to speak with you all today. The first thing I want to do is just review Bitcoin performance. In the last 5 years, Bitcoin's up 57%. It's quadrupled the S&P index. It's double the Mag 7. It's not quite 10x the performance of real estate. And in the past 1 year, Bitcoin's even accelerated past that. We're up 84% in 1 year, doubling gold. You know, Magnificent Seven is decelerated, and the S&P is chopping along at 13%. And you might ask the question, why is Bitcoin accelerating? Well, Bitcoin's accelerating because the White House has embraced Bitcoin in the past 12 months with the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and by designating Bitcoin as the one digital commodity. The entire administration has embraced Bitcoin. This is really quite unprecedented and extraordinary. We had one neutral Bitcoin administrator, or one member of the previous cabinet that was neutral to Bitcoin, and now we have 12 that are enthusiastic to Bitcoin. Wall Street's embracing Bitcoin. These ETFs have been the biggest, most successful ETFs in the history of Wall Street. And there's just an avalanche and parade of interest on Wall Street coming now. Public companies are embracing Bitcoin. We've got 150 publicly listed companies that are acquiring Bitcoin now. This is extraordinary. And it's a trend that's building in momentum. You know, in 2024, there were 64 public companies that embraced Bitcoin, and this year there's 151. And of course, back in 2020, we were the first, and there were just 2. And so public companies embracing Bitcoin is a big trend for the past 12 months and a big driver. And they're even racing to get into the Bitcoin 100. And you can see here all the green arrows are public companies that bought Bitcoin just in the past week. This competition is going to continue to get more intense. Now, with 150 companies that are levered to Bitcoin, that means that industry analysts and institutional analysts are starting to research Bitcoin and write on it and forecast Bitcoin prices. And so this is a big tailwind for the asset as well. And tech investors are embracing Bitcoin. And of course, the insight that Bitcoin's a technology, just not a new form of money, that makes a big difference, because there are huge numbers of tech investors with a lot of capital that made a lot of money on Apple and Amazon and Google and Facebook, and now they're starting to look at Bitcoin. All the federal regulator guidance that's coming out of DC has been very positive. They're embracing Bitcoin. You've got positive guidance from the OCC, the FDIC, the Treasury. You've got positive FASB guidance. And all of this makes a big difference to the adoption of the asset class. And of course, the U.S. Federal Housing Authority has embraced Bitcoin. And this guidance from William Pulte is quite extraordinary, because he's directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to begin looking at Bitcoin as a source of collateral for future mortgage loans. This is going to accelerate the adoption of Bitcoin as collateral by retail banks, by mortgage industry participants, by commercial banks, eventually by credit rating agencies. And this just happened just a week ago. It's very exciting. You've got 3 very exciting bills moving through Congress right now: the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, and the Bitcoin Act. And you have states embracing Bitcoin. In fact, it was just a week ago that the governor of Texas signed a bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve in Texas and fund it with $10 million. And so this is another tailwind. Of course, enthusiasm in the United States is infectious, and now you have enthusiasm outside of the U.S. So you see very positive Bitcoin guidance from Bhutan, from Pakistan, from members of the opposition, people running for office in Ireland, in the UK. Nigel Farage is declaring he wants to put Bitcoin on the Bank of England's balance sheet. And so this is important. And of course, since the November 5th elections, the entire crypto industry has coalesced behind Bitcoin and embraced Bitcoin. Bitcoin is emerging as the foundation of the crypto economy, and this is a very powerful evolution in the entire industry.